me in the back?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Good morning, boys and girls. Good morning. That includes all the big boys and girls in the back as well, too. We're here for an exciting day this morning. Does anyone know why we're here? We did. Very good, very good. And I have the privilege of describing a little bit about the award, because people might wonder, what's this award that he won and how did he get it? And we've got a number of people who are going to come and talk about some of the great things that he's done and why he was selected among many, 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 many candidates across the nation. So listen carefully so you can spread the word when you leave here in terms of why your principal is one of the best in not just the state, but in the country. Okay? Yeah. So first of all, I should introduce myself. My name is Yao Bang, and I'm the superintendent of schools for Burlington School District. And I'm proud to be the supervisor of IAA, and I've heard so many good things about the students here and the faculty and the community. And now we have a chance to sort of share with the world one of the reasons why we're so great is our principal. So this award was given by the National Association of Elementary Schools, right? So across the whole nation. And the National Distinguished Principals Program honors outstanding elementary and middle level elementary school administrators who ensure that America's children acquire a sound foundation for lifelong learning and achievement. Okay? This program was established in 1984 to recognize and celebrate elementary and middle level principals who set high standards for instruction, student achievement, character, climate for their students, and including families and staff in their learning communities. So he's obviously done that. So a little bit of background around what they use to pick, because there's really challenges. There are a lot of great principals out there, but what they use to select who the top nominees should be. So they look at things like leaders who shape a vision for academic success for all students, so they're making sure that all the students are able to succeed. Create a climate that's hospitable for education, so it's kind of a welcoming climate, and cultivate leadership in others. They also improve instruction, manage people well, use data to foster school improvement. So your principal has been able to do all those things and more. In addition, the selection committee sought specific examples about how the leader has created and maintained a healthy school culture, broadened and enriched school curriculum, and designed structures to meet student needs. And they've done that by talking to many people. So they've talked to some of your teachers, some of the community members, parents, and community who've seen all the wonderful work that's happened in the school, and they've kind of certified and said, yes, this principal is great, has done all these things to help lead our school to the high levels of who we are now. So it's my honor to celebrate for Principal Riley this distinguished award. And now there are 49 other principals across the nation who are selected. And you know what gets to happen? He gets to go to Washington, D.C. next fall with all these other principals. And he may even get a chance to meet the president. And then he's going to get a chance to talk about you, right? To talk about what the great things that he's been able to do here. So what an opportunity, right? Excellent. So I'm going to stop talking because I'm going to have one of your parents, who just happens to be the mayor as well, come and speak a little bit about our school and our distinguished principal.
Well, good morning. I am excited to be here and be part of this event, be with you this morning. Thank you, Superintendent Yao Bang. Thanks for your leadership and what you're doing for the district. One thing I've always appreciated about Bobby is he really just his leadership, and you see it on a weekly basis, a Monday morning meeting when he's leading these wonderful community gatherings. You see it at the beginning of the year as we stand outside and he starts off the school year with a quotation, and it's always never fails to be inspirational. You see it when he's dressed up like a fox dancing with his staff in the middle of a variety show. He is an energetic leader, he is an inspirational leader, and one thing I've really come to appreciate is I think he is able to bring together in his leadership a couple really different things. He is a Burlington man, he is a product of this place, knows this community well, so well, and that is central to the way he pushes the school forward. And at the same time, he has a very broad and sophisticated perspective. He's a great thinker about the role of the arts in education. He's a great thinker about learning and pedagogical theory, and he brings that all together in one package, and it's really rare, and we're lucky as parents to see that, and this is a great, you're lucky as students to get to live it, and this is a great recognition of that leadership. And on the behalf of the city, you want to say, Bobby, congratulations. If you think I just can hog the microphone for one more second, I think it's a signal of a broader than just an individual success as well that's worth noting. It isn't that long ago that this school was kind of on the chopping block, and there was talk about just getting rid of it entirely. We were, as a city, the school district was wrestling with difficult issues that in many other communities have proven to be very divisive and really torn the community apart. We chose a different path here in Burlington. The people responsible at the district for that decision should, I think, be really proud of that decision. The teachers and parents and students who have been on the ground for the last now 7 years, making that decision actually work, implementing this magnet concept, bringing the arts into elementary school teaching on a daily basis, should be very proud of what you've accomplished as well. And I think we don't talk about it enough in the city. I think it's a real shining accomplishment of the last decade, and today is, I think, past due recognition of how successful it's been, and thank you for everyone involved in making that happen.
Hi everyone, what a crowd. It's nice to see all of you. My name is Megan Munson-Morgan, and I'm the parent of 2 students here at the Integrated Arts Academy. And it is an honor, a real, true honor to celebrate Mr. Bobby as Distinguished Principal of the Year for Vermont with all of you. As an educator and a parent who believes fundamentally that our schools are the front line in a continuing struggle to build socially just, equitable, and loving communities, the truth is, I am often critical of our educational leaders. I desperately want our school leaders to be smart, bold, and to understand that academic excellence is rooted in curiosity, creativity, and meaningful relationships. We rejoined IAA 3 years ago because my middle son clearly needed the arts integrated into his daily experience. But I was skeptical. I had been disappointed by other school leaders, and Mr. Bobby had been the librarian. And that transition from school faculty to school leader, particularly in a situation that requires tremendous school transformation, can be really tricky. But my skepticism quickly turned into profound respect. It was immediately clear, even given my high expectations, that not only was Mr. Bobby born to be a principal, but he was precisely the principal IAA needed to heal and to thrive. It is impossible to count how many times I've been moved by Mr. Bobby's deep love for all of you, for all of our students in their complexity. His abiding commitment to a joyful and dynamic learning environment, his conscientious leadership, and his willingness to think and act way outside the metaphorical box. Sometimes I think he doesn't know there's supposed to be this box that other people are in, right? And it's awesome. I am so grateful for it. Several months ago, I delayed rushing off to work on a Monday because I saw that Mr. Bobby was going to read all of you and all of us the picture book, My Princess Boy, by Cheryl Kilo Davis. My Princess Boy is a story of a little boy who feels whole and inspired in dresses and the community that loves and supports him. And it is such a very real and much needed conversation. And yet, it is also a risky conversation, given the potential of children and adults to react harshly without thought or empathy. But I stood in the back, and I witnessed our students listen, all of you listen, in rapt attention. I witnessed you all clap and cheer in support and understanding. And when Mr. Bobby engaged our students in a conversation about the importance of making room for all of our gifts, you all responded with openness, insight, and respect. Perhaps I reflected as I walked back to my car because Mr. Bobby approaches each of you with lovingly, with insight and respect. Mr. Bobby knows and believes in every child in the school. I have seen it time and again, even when he doesn't know that I'm watching. Because I'm always watching. He values creativity and exploration for students and for staff alike, which is missing so often. He is responsive to the needs of diverse and evolving learners. He values true, sustained, and joyful learning over test scores or outward appearances. And above all, he not only encourages, but models lifelong learning and community building through the arts for our children and our broader community. This does not mean that I always agree with Mr. Bobby, but it does mean that I trust him. Because he did not bend to my parental pressure, I have witnessed my sons flourish this year, both in their learning and in their relationships. They feel supported, challenged, and loved by this principal who is committed to figuring out who they actually are and does not reduce them to the value of their test scores. I am grateful that Mr. Bobby has the courage to lead our school through his example, and through his example, our district and our state, through a really challenging educational landscape. We cannot for a moment pretend that it's not. But he does so with honesty, passion, creativity, and grace. His is a kind of school leadership, intentional, loving, creative, and bold, that I wish for every child in Vermont. Thank you, Mr. Bobby, for all you do for our children and all of us every day. And I'd like to introduce Judy Klima, our coach.
That was great. Thank you, Megan. Megan and I first met about the school about 8 or 9 years ago, when the district was beginning to talk about whether they should have magnet schools. And Megan and I sort of met and we were listening, and we came to all the district meetings, and I was teaching in another school district, and I had that feeling, which is, this is brilliant. And I really, really thought at that time, I have to be in that school. It was absolutely like one of those moments where you know and it changes your life, and I did it here. And that is how strongly I feel about this unbelievable choice that the district made, which is so good about learning through the arts. So anyway, I'm going to read what I wrote. I'll try to be brief, but I think there's some important things that I've said that I think that would be nice to hear. So as the integrated arts coach, I've been with the magnet school since it started in 2009. And in the first 3 years, we had a revolving door of 4 different administrators. And our leadership, the principals, sputtered, which greatly limited our efforts to transform the school, which was the goal. It was not until Bobby Riley came on board as principal that our mission to become a successful integrated arts magnet school gained sure footing and our momentum took root. This journey has honestly been a remarkable one. And it is unequivocally clear to me that our success is based on the outstanding leadership of Bobby Riley. And I really am so honored to work with her. So when we opened as a magnet school, this school was among one of the highest poverty schools in Burlington. We had 98% of our students qualifying for free and reduced lunch, and we had the poorest student achievement in the district. Families did not want to stay in this neighborhood school, and no one from outside of this neighborhood even considered sending their students to this school. Bobby is keenly aware that the arts are a great leveler, and with true dedication has helped to create a school that draws people in. The arts bridge all cultures They appeal to all classes, and they engage even the most reluctant students. Bobby knows this and wholeheartedly supports our mission as a way to promote our success and the success of the students. This past fall, the Agency of Education did a report on the top 5 turnaround schools in the state, and IAA was at the top of the list. We have been identified as a model school by a variety of agencies in and around Vermont, and that is something to be incredibly proud of. I have had the golden opportunity to work in more than one district, more than one county, and at schools that are well known for their exceptional educational programs. In particular, I worked at CVU in Heinsberg and at U32 in East Montpelier, and they are both noted for excellence. I've also completed the Snelling School Leadership Project, and I have participated in many leadership training programs. You could call me a leadership enthusiast. Like Megan watching, I love good leadership. So I know a good leader when I see one. When the buzz in a school is about collaboration, innovation, and equity, and when the tiniest string is plucked and a whole group of passionate educators gets big, move in unison to create an environment that is focused on exceptional learning experiences that are not just for the students, but for their families, for each other, that's good leadership. When students, like you guys, are kind to each other, and you encourage each other to take risks, to work together to create solutions to problems in unexpected ways, that is really good leadership. When teachers share openly and eagerly, building innovative, unified, and integrated curriculum together, that is good leadership. When the larger community, and I know there's many of you here that are from outside of this small community, come together in support of a small school, bringing unprecedented opportunities and resources that allow that school to flourish, that's good leadership. When a failing school falters and almost becomes extinct, and yet it rises to become a beacon of hope, that is really good leadership. It is my heartfelt opinion that Bobby Riley is an exceptional, unparalleled candidate for Principal of the Year. His courageous leadership style and profound commitment to education are without a doubt worthy of this very, very high honor. I'm so proud of you, Bobby.
Now that y'all been sitting for an hour, I get to come here. Thanks. We talk at IA about filling one's bucket, and I can't even express how overflowing my bucket is right now today, so thank you so much. I'm humbled and honored by this recognition. I'm especially proud to be in front of you today as a native son of Burlington and a product of the school district, as Marilla pointed out. Go Seahorses. Yes. While I know it's my name that is attached to this award, it is in fact an acknowledgement of the whole integrated arts community. What truly defines the successes and accomplishments at IAA is not about me, but is about the following: the students' joy and engagement and their continued exploration of the arts and what it means to be a whole community. The teacher and staff's collaborative spirit and their true commitment and belief in the arts and our unique educational mission. Parents who provide continued support and choose to send their children here. They have that choice and they choose to send their kids here. And then really importantly, community partnerships. These partnerships are vital and create so many opportunities for our students and staff that help them develop and provide, and they help develop and provide the financial support for so many of our arts initiatives and programming. And I'd be remiss today if I didn't call them out by name. Flynn Center, Burlington, Burlington City Arts, Lake Champlain Chamber Music Festival, Vermont Arts Council, Vermont Community Foundation, ESA Vermont, Vermont Youth Orchestra, Very Merry Theater, Young Tradition Vermont, and so many more I'm probably forgetting. What you do for our community, what you do for this school, and how you help transform the Old North End, it's truly amazing. We could not do it without you, so I want to give you a huge thank you. I also have two very special people here today. There's been so many people with us, staff, students. Two people in particular have acted as mentors for me, David Leonikos and John Basange. I've become the leader I've become because of your input and your influence on what I do as a leader, so thank you very much for both of you. students, staffs, parents, partners, will I help guide and facilitate all these dynamics. The real work occurs in the minds and hearts of those who support me. IA is doing some amazing and innovative educational programming, and I'm so pleased that this recognition, this award, allows us to highlight these exceptional practices and celebrates the people who help carry them out. We're 7 years into the magnet school journey, and we're still at the very beginning steps of a really much longer journey. While we're thrilled for this commendation, we have so much more to do and accomplish. We appreciate and look forward to the community's continued support as we cultivate and deepen these extraordinary artistic learning opportunities for the children and families in the Burlington School District. Thank you so much. I am so humbled and so honored. I love you all. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for all coming. Students, go do some art, do some learning. Okay. I think there's a small reception for others hanging out here today. Thanks so much.